As New Year is around the corner and everyone, I bet everyone will be setting New Year resolutions or New Year goals. And by the end of next year, in the first quarter itself, 80% of us will forgot what were the goals and be derailed from their goal of achieving something. But in today's video, I'm gonna talk about the exact same problem and how you can solve that, set proper goals and achieve it the way I did in 2024. Let's start. Before we begin, if you are new here, I'm Tanmay, a full-time data analyst and a part-time YouTuber living in Ireland. Starting 2024, even I set a goal of starting this YouTube channel by posting one video each week, and I stick to the schedule, and today we are sitting on 2.5+ K subscribers and it is insane. I wouldn't have imagined that I would achieve it, but because of the method which I'll be teaching you in the next few minutes, I was able to achieve it. Let's dive in. This is a very funny thing. I'm painting this whole picture in the form of achieving goal as dating someone, like right from finding the perfect girl and then setting up dates, going on with her. So it would be kind of like a dating analogy and setting goals. This will be so funny. I don't know how the video will turn out to be, but let's start. First thing, we need to set a goal. Means basically we need to choose, okay, she's the one. We need to have a crush, right? So basically that can be compared as setting a goal, which can be boiled down into three aspects of our life, which is health, wealth, which is work, and relationships. Now that can be further divided down into health can be into mental and physical health. Relationships can be broken down into family, friendship, and relationships. Work can be then divided into two parts. One is your 9 to 5 professional work, and moonlighting, which is maybe you're trying to do a YouTube channel or trying to do something as a freelancing work, video editing or graphic design or something like that, and which eventually you are hoping to turn it into a business. So these are the three key aspects of your life, which can be further down divided into two. So first we need to analyze where are we currently standing in all those areas of our life. So for example, let's say if I want to be more healthy, I need to focus on my diet, I need to hit the gym regularly. So I need to note down first, where am I going? Like am I doing just one session a week? Am I not being consistent in terms of gym? Or let's say you're planning to switch careers, so you need to learn about, which could be learning AI. You can use ChatGPT for it. And so basically you need to know where you are currently standing, and now we have to set a goal in each domain. Don't go more than that. Let's imagine we only have 24 hours, and out of those 24 hours, let's say sleeping and everything, breaking down our chores, we are left with, let's say, 6 hours, and out of those 6 hours you need to focus on the goals which actually matter to you. So if you set too many goals, then you will just end up giving 15 minutes to each goal itself, which will slow down your process of achieving it. Hence I recommend having one goal in each section. So in my case, I want to hit the gym regularly, at least 4 days a week. And diet wise, I need to focus more on getting right nutrients, right macros and micros. In terms of friends and family, it is just meeting them every single year and having fun, having video call regularly and having a chit chat with them. In terms of work, whatever I'm learning, just keep upskilling, learn more about data analysis, data engineering, and on top of that, keep making these videos. Well, one goal which I haven't revealed yet, but is to double down the frequency. Like I post one video a week, now I want to post 2 videos a week. And of course, in terms of mental health, focus more on meditation, at least 10-15 minutes a day. So that's it. Now we have set the goal. We know she is our crush. We are gonna approach her. These are her qualities. And now once we lock down our goals, we need to invite the girl for a date, right? So that brings to the second part of the video, which is inviting for a date, which, let's say if we are going on a date, you would need to give her the exact address and exact time where you want to meet her, right? So in terms of goals, it's the same thing. You need to set exact specific goals. You can't be like, I want a model body, but bro, be specific. You want a model body, but what is the exact weight you want to gain or lose? What is the exact fat percentage you want in your body, and by when do you aim to achieve it? Be realistic. Don't be like 1 महीने में करना है. It would be too difficult. Don't put a lot of pressure. You can say year would be a good timeline. So be specific in terms of goal. Also put a timeline on it. At the same time, you don't want to be a lot delusional, like 1 month mein ho jayega. Be little bit delulu about it, but also be little bit realistic as well. As I mentioned, like you want a model like physics, but do you really want that? Is that exactly what you want? Or you just want to put on some muscle, or you just want to lose few kilos, and that's fine. So be specific and by when you want it. Now that you have set a goal, here's one tip which I would recommend while setting or writing down your goal is don't set goals output oriented. What I mean by that is, let's say you want a model like physics, that is the output oriented goal, that I want a model like physics. But rather I would recommend to set a goal which is input oriented. For example, hitting a gym 4 days a week is my goal. That is input oriented because that depends on you. Output depends on what input you are giving, right? Are you going to the gym? Are you following the diet regularly? So have input oriented goal. Another example, I want to pay off my loan by 2025. If that is the goal, then I would be first of all realistic. Is my salary allowing me to save enough and live the decent life so that I can pay it off? First is that. Second, what is the input oriented goal is, okay, I need to save certain amount every month in some account so that I can pay it off by paying the EMI as well as making a part payment. So that is one thing. And in this case, if I were to set an output oriented goal, it was like, I'll pay off my loan in 6 months, and I don't know, I don't have a plan, I don't have any goal. Hence the input oriented goal becomes once every month I would separate this amount and put it aside for the loan payoff. Another example, if you're planning to upskill yourself, then you can set aside 3 hours on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday combined, to study, literally focus. Not like in those 3 hours you are sitting, you are going to take a coffee and then sit down, then relax and then start studying. Have everything ready and then sit down. So that's not anything which we'll be talking in this video, but anyways, you get the idea. Like input oriented goals, 3 hours dedicated on weekend, that is input oriented goal. Output oriented goal would be, I want a high paying job. Kaise? Now you invited her on the date. Third thing is, let's say the date went successful, you won't leave her like that, right? You will follow up, you will check up. Now you'll start texting each other and have a good conversation. So it's the same in terms of goals. You need to have weekly check-ins, daily check-ins about how much you have achieved. Having a 12-month goal and then breaking down it into quarterly, and then breaking down it into weekly, and then breaking it down into daily. Hear me out, it's not that complex. So as I said, if you want that girl to be really invested in you, you do regular check-ins, you have a chat in the same way. What you need to do now is, let's say the goal is to upskill yourself, right? What I'll do is I'll break that goal down into quarterly reviews. Let's say in the next 3 months, I will build my skill set around data engineering and also build 1 or 2 projects which are based on the people whom I admire and who are working in a dream company where I want to be in the next year. So the 3-month goal is to complete that project and learn the relevant skills. Okay, that's the goal for the quarter. Now I will divide that goal into weekly reviews, which is let's say I have setting out 3 hours on Saturday and Sunday each weekend for actively putting efforts into achieving that goal. So first of all, I'll have an ideal calendar. By the way, if you are watching this video before 5th of January 2025, I'm hosting a live workshop where you and me will sit in a video call and we will write down all the goals. We'll plan out a timeline. We will also do gratitude journaling, everything, and it will be really fun. I have few prompts which can be helpful for you to think, and it will be cool because every other person there would be for their new year resolution or goal setting. So it's good, right? And even I myself will be doing it with you, designing my vision board, gratitude journaling, analyzing what went right, what went wrong in 2024, how we can fix it. So if you are interested, the link is in the description. Check it out and see you in that webinar, 5th of January 2025, Sunday. So for that, I would recommend to have an ideal calendar. Now what that means is just go on to your Google Calendar and then block out 8 to 5 let's say you are working 9 to 5, then block out that. You have breakfast, you have commute timing, put everything there. You go for a gym for an hour, put everything on that calendar, and whatever time is left behind, that is the time where you will work actively on achieving your goals. So let's say on weekend my calendar is completely empty. So what I'll do is I'll put 3 hours dedicated for learning this, and every week I'll come back and see, okay, this week did I achieve what I was supposed to be? Did I sit down for 3 hours? Did I hit the gym 4 days a week, 3 days a week? Did I had a good diet, or was I eating out regularly? Have a calendar invite or calendar reminder for this as well, literally, because your brain will fool you that you will remember every Saturday, will sit down and analyze everything. You won't. Trust me, you won't. So set a calendar reminder. So as soon as the reminder is there, take out 5 minutes on a weekend and then analyze, okay, did I sit 3 hours? Did this? So basically analyzing. Once that is done, you can reduce that down to daily analysis, which is every single morning you will have on your to-do list, hitting the gym, sitting down for 3 hours and doing the work, so that you have mentally you are prepared. Okay, these are my goals today, and once you start ticking it off, trust me, it will build a habit. And one more thing about building a habit, by the way, if your goal is quitting something like smoking or drinking, or you want to build a new habit about, for example, going on walk daily, then I would recommend having a blank piece of paper, writing all the dates down. And once let's say you went on a walk on 1st of January, then scratch it. If you go on a date on why am I saying date? Okay, yeah, analogy. If you go on a walk on the 1st of January, scratch it out. If you are going on a walk on 2nd of January, scratch it out. If you miss one day, it's fine. Don't try to miss 2 consecutive days and still start crossing it out. It is the same psychology which we use for Snapchat. Have you ever noticed that you never break the Snapchat streak? Even though you don't feel like it, you will just put your hand there, you'll send a blank snap, but you do send a snap so that the streak doesn't break. I had friends who literally used to call, bro, streak is gonna break, just send a snap. So this mental model plays a very huge role in our psychology. So have this in front of you every month and start scratching every day whatever you're putting your efforts into, and start tracking that. Once you start building the streak, once that streak is 30 plus or 40 plus, you yourself won't feel of doing that. So for example, if you're trying to quit smoking or quit drinking, then if you have 100 days in your streak, I bet you won't break it. As I mentioned, have daily trackers as well. Okay, let's summarize this whole video in the sense as, let's say you're setting a goal that you need to read more books. First of all, this is a vague goal. As I said, it is an output oriented goal. Set it as input oriented goal. So an input oriented goal would be, I want to read any book for at least 30 minutes a day. So now what you will do is break that down into quarters. Let's say I want to read at least 2 books in a quarter. Break that down in a weekly basis. In a week, I should have read at least approximately 2 to 3 hours of reading. That is your goal. Now what you can do is choose the books, download the books if you want, whatever suits you. Download the book, order it online, or the best which I follow is use Audible, because while walking or doing your chores, you can just put on your headphones and then start reading the book basically, and then writing it down. So that's anything. Anyways, so let's say that is our goal, to read as many books as possible. Now on daily basis, what I'll do is set 15 minutes aside when you wake up. Instead of scrolling on Instagram or Netflix, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, 15 minutes, sit down, read the book, or just put Audible while you're doing your morning routine, brushing your teeth and everything. That's 15 minutes. Then in the afternoon, while having the lunch, instead of watching Netflix, you can sit down for 15 minutes again to read the book or just Audible again. And in the night, before bedtime, before scrolling, you can again choose 15 minutes. So 15, 15, 15. That's actually 45 minutes of you reading the book. It is an input oriented goal. You are spending time. You don't have it like, I need to read 10 pages, which becomes a burden in some time. So you just have to focus on time. Like you spend 45 minutes. That's cool, right? And I bet after 365 days, you would have read not 2, not 3, at least 10, 15 books. And after a year, it would be a immense change. You know what? If you want, just put the input oriented goal in the chat in all of the three areas: health, work, and relationship. And in 2025 December, come back on this video and comment if you have achieved it or not. If you are really dedicated, I will reply your comment itself every single quarter, and I personally will reply to it. Let's do it. As James Clear said in his book Atomic Habits, that formula 1 into 365, 1 raised to the power 365 is 365 something, and it is actually immense. Imagine I started this YouTube channel 1 year ago, and compare the first video and this video. The level of confidence that has built into me is insane. Like, I just kept shooting one video every week for 52 weeks. Here I am. So this is the power of being consistent and doing it regular basis. You'll set the goal, you write it down, you'll start working towards it. But if you're not mentally prepared for it, this whole shebang is just waste of time. I have talked about the fixes which you need to do first from here in this video, so make sure to check it out. In 2023 November, December, end of 2023, I read this book called Manifest by Roxy, and I swear the goal setting and manifestation and the mindset of achieving a goal has completely changed my life. So watch this video and see you in that one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. By the way, if you are watching this video before 5th of January 2025,